Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am working on my mail folio that I'm making for my design team project for LineDotArrow, and I was gonna film this part last night when I put the Tim Holtz mail fabric onto this Tim Holtz folio. However, I was struggling a little bit because of the way I did it at first, and then I just felt like crafting for myself and listening to music, so I was like, hey, I don't always have to film, so I can just tell you what I did today. Okay, so I used my Elmer's Craft Bond glue, which is either temporary or permanent. You can buy this at Walmart. I usually have a smaller can, but because I've been using it a lot lately, I just decided to buy the bigger can, so it lasts longer. If you want to make it just temporary adhesive, you would just spray it and then let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes before you actually put the two things together that you want to glue together. However, this I wanted to be permanent, so I sprayed the whole outside of my folio, and then I laid it immediately down onto my fabric, and then I just made sure that I rub it on there so I don't have any air bubbles. And this actually worked really well. I'm surprised, because last time I tried something like this, I didn't pay too much attention to make sure that I have lots of glue on there, because you don't want it to like come up and then have like look weird. I also made sure that I have lots of glue on the edges where you fold, because you move these a lot, so you don't want this to like lift off. And then same on this one. And then what I did in here, I used my Fabri-Tac glue and just glued these down. On here, I cut it here so I could put one piece up here, and I'm just going to cover this with paper. Same here. You can see this is a little darker here. It's because I accidentally, I forgot I wasn't going to put fabric here, so I sprayed this as well with the spray adhesive. It's still very, like, a tiny bit tacky, but that's totally fine because I'm going to put paper on it anyway. And yeah, so let it dry overnight, and I'm really happy with this. Looks pretty good. Okay, so as you see, we have these 4 holes here, and I'm going to have to poke those through. And I have to find my pokey tool, without making stuff collapse here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to poke those through, and then I'm gonna put this back on. This is the closure. And then I also got this thing, like an elastic from a traveler's notebook, and there was like a leftover or an extra one for one of my traveler's notebooks. It came with 3 because I had 3 signatures. And then this is the 4th one that just came like in a pouch, just in case you wanted to add a 4th one. I'm like, let's see if it fits. So this actually has the perfect size to put on here. So this is actually what's going to hold my signature in here, because as I mentioned in my first video about this project, I want you to be able to take the signature out or replace it or put something else in there. You could technically also put a traveler's notebook in there, like one of those signatures, or yeah, whatever you call those. But the one I'm going to make is going to be bigger, like wider, not as narrow as the original traveler's notebooks. But anyway, so I'm going to use this thing. You could make it yourself. You can just buy the elastic and then I would say tie a knot, but this already has this clasp thingy here. So why reinvent the wheel if you already got something that you can use? Because I've never used it in my other journal or traveler's notebook. Okay, so that's one thing. And then I just printed. I had already printed the papers that I showed you in my previous video. However, because I want to put these in here, I want them to be a little bigger so I can actually use the entire 8.5 inches. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna print it big so it fills the entire page. And then, let me see. sorry, I'm back. I just had to blow my nose because for some reason every time I turn on the camera, either I lose my voice or my nose starts like getting stuffy. Same thing this morning. I had a presentation and like a webinar that I had to do, and my voice was fine until I had to turn on, like, go on Zoom and start presenting and start talking. I lost my voice. It is frustrating. So anyway, I decided I'm gonna print those papers again, but then in my print settings, which I said fill entire page, which means some of the stuff got cut off. So you can see here, you can see the edge of the envelope, but here you can't, because here it cuts it off right by the airmail label, which is totally fine because I don't need everything on this particular sheet or paper. And I also printed on my Epson presentation paper that Donna recommended to me. And look, I didn't change any settings. I just printed on the other paper, and look at the different, I don't know if you can tell, this looks so much like the color, so much more bright. This is more dull. So big difference. So I just thought I'm going to show you the difference between these. And then here, you can see the difference on these two stamps. It's hard to, yeah, it's hard to see on the camera, but this has like, this is more faded. So the photo paper actually has crisper colors. Here you can totally see it by the red. Can you see it? How red this is and how faded this is? It's nuts. Same with this one. So the paper really does make a difference. And then this one. So these I can use for like collages when I like tear it into pieces. But the prints that I put on the photo, not photo paper, the presentation paper, I'm going to use to cover the inside of my folio. So that's what we're going to do today. And I also made this little thing, which also came with the kit. I just cut it out and cut out the round window, and I actually put acetate in here. And let's see if I can show you. I made a pocket in here. Ta-da! It goes all the way down to here. So I can actually put a tag in here and then have like a nice image that lines up with this window. So you can actually, oh, I need to come out of my pocket. Ah! Okay. So you can see the nice image through the window. And then I just put some scrap or paper from an old paper bag that I had. I think I got it at the antique store, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff. And then so this is like sandwiched in here, so up in here you can actually see into the pocket. Oops, that's the pocket. And then this is the back, and I think I'm just gonna sew in like a tiny little signature with a few papers. I like that Natalie did that, and I like that. So, but I had to trim this a little bit, so now I gotta just distress the edge. Alrighty. So I'm sure some of you have noticed I haven't had a video today or yesterday when you see this. I just, like I said, I just didn't feel like turning on the camera. And after all, this is supposed to be fun, a hobby, and not my job. So, and I also, it takes a lot of work to film every single day because I still work full time. I take care of my family, have my little person who's 19 months today, and my pets, and my big toddler, my husband. So yeah, it's, and then I always need ideas for my videos. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. I enjoy it, but sometimes I'm just exhausted, and I'm like, okay, I don't have to have a video every day. I know, and I appreciate the viewers that watch every single day and like my videos and comment, because it's just really feels nice to get feedback. Especially, I mean, we've had the pandemic going on for a whole year now, and I've been working from home for over a year, and it's really taking its toll. I mean, every once in a while I see people, but it's very different than from what it used to be. I used to work from home twice a week, and I always said, oh, I could never work from home full time because I need people around. I'm perfectly happy doing stuff on my own, and I like peace and quiet. But now that I've been working from home nonstop for a year, and my husband, he's worked from home for 1 month. That was last April, I think. And then our daughter was home for 2 months, but ever since then, I'm home alone every single day, all day long, until they get home from work and daycare. But yeah, so it gets lonely. So I really love the connections I made like through YouTube, through the junk journaling community. But the longer this whole thing goes on, the harder I feel it gets. Especially if you're already like dealing with depression or any other mental issues, it just makes it worse. I think the isolation. Like I said, I like being alone. It's just I know that it's not good for me to be alone all the time. And I mean, there's not too much I can do. So here I am making videos. Okay, so I'm just gonna distress this a little bit. And I don't know if how much I'm gonna need over here, because I'm gonna put some other papers in there too. I'm very grateful for the people I've met through junk journaling. Okay, so I I rounded the corners to match with the round corners here. It's hard to see, it's better to see here. And then I'm gonna glue this on here. And I think I'm gonna trim it right here, because I'm gonna put another paper here. And I don't wanna like waste anything. So let's just put what do I do with a pencil? Oh, it's right there. Oop. I am going to just trim this. And then we're gonna glue, and I'm gonna use my probably a mixture of glues, because here we have fabric, so I might use my art glitter glue, and then on the inside I might use my glue stick. So I'm gonna have to put some stuff on here that holds it down. Well, I can use my elbow for this. Okay, so let's see if we can get glue out. Okay, we're gonna put glue on this, because I don't know where my border is gonna be. So and I'm gonna put some. I probably could have waited with this. Just gonna put a whole bunch of glue in here. Especially on, wow, holy smokes, that's really a lot of glue. Especially on here, because this is where you fold it. And I just wanna make sure that it is holding on to that folio really well. Using a lot of glue. So how are you guys doing? Are you feeling any different during the pandemic? I'm sure everyone does, but I mean, some people are taking it better than others. And I know a lot of people have like start new hobbies, especially when they were in quarantine, but now a lot of people can go to work again, so it has gotten or become quite normal. But yeah. Okay, wish me luck with this. Some people have more time during the pandemic because they work from home or stay home and cannot work, or cannot like do their regular like things or hobbies that they like used to. But for me, I for the longest time I had even less time to do stuff, but now it's okay. We have our routine. Okay. So now I'm going to use my bone folder and just press this down. And then let it dry. I'm not going to fold it right away. Oh, there's some glue missing. Come on, be nice. It's probably almost time to get my new bottle out. I've had it for quite a while, but I still had some in this left. Okay, and then we got some down here. Yesterday and today it was beautiful out. Yesterday was mid 60s and today was like lower 60s. Totally nice. Very nice spring weather. I am so ready for all the snow to melt. Alrighty, so, whoops, I'm gonna glue my tissue down. Yeah, so this has to... Just trying to get these folds out. Where's my bone folder? And I'm probably not going to be able to get rid of all of them because, I mean, the paper does what it does. Especially when you have wet glue, sometimes it just wrinkles, but hey, it's not shabby. I like it. Okay, so what are we going to put in here? Or should we... I think I'm going to do these two first because then it can go overlap in here. What are we gonna do? Oh, it's not gonna be enough. Okay, so let's see which one I want to put in here. I think I'm gonna use... I like this one in here, so I'm going to start working on this flap. I might have to print another piece or so. Okay, so lots of glue. Are we still in the frame? We are in the frame. Put this under here so I'm not gonna get more glue on my new mat because I try to keep it as clean as possible. Ugh. Oh no, okay. I probably should have poked the hole first, but I think I should still be able to poke it after, because I know where it is. So, but before I'm going to glue all the other ones on there, I'm going to have to poke these holes, which means I have to find my pokey tool. Oh, I can just use the pokey tool that I used to sew my signatures in. Come on. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this on here, and then we'll see where we end up. And then I'm gonna cut around the flap to trim this off. It's probably an easier way to do this, and I'm not thinking of it, but this works as well. Okay. Uh-oh, we're glued onto my gluey paper. So now I can cut around here. Uh-oh. Just gonna trim it real quick to make it a little easier. Okay. So so nice because Europe is changing their clocks 2 weeks after the US. So this week and last week my family has only been 5 hours ahead of me rather than 6, and my friend in Scotland has only been ahead 4 hours. So we had like more time to talk because their bedtime is 1 hour later. So that was nice. And then when we change it back in the fall, we change it, I think they change it 2 weeks before us or 1 week before us, and then we're an hour closer again. So that's always a nice bonus. Okay. And then we can make it pretty later. Okay, glue, glue, glue. Okay, so now I gotta get my pokey so we can poke through those holes. Just using this thing. That's what I used to poke the holes into my signatures and my covers. Okay, I'm gonna poke through from the outside. So it doesn't matter, I guess. Stretch it a little bit. Well, that was easy with the paper, so nothing to worry about. Okay. All right, so the reason why I poked now rather than later when I covered it with paper, just so I see where the holes are, and then I can repoke those holes. We are repoking the holes. All right, so let's cut this a little nicer here. Ooh, that's really difficult to do, especially if you're right-handed. Okay, and then we can do this. now we need one up here. Not wide enough. Maybe I'll put this one in here. Yeah. Put this up here. Okay. I need my gluey paper back. Okay, so I was going to put some up here. And I want to make sure that I'm not putting it upside down. So let's glue this on here. Yep. Oh, I was going to put some wet glue on there too. That's fine. We'll make it work. Natalie's design team, we were like in our group message, we were actually talking about making videos the other day. I think it was Sunday, and Natalie was saying that she rambles so much, and then so she edits her videos because otherwise her videos would be so super long. And I'm like, well, I do that too, but I hardly ever edit that out, so I don't know if people like a lot of chatting that is not related to the craft or not. But I figured I'll just leave it in there because it's me. It's what I do. But then I feel weird when I have days where I don't feel chatty, like today. I don't know, don't know what to talk about besides this thing here. Oh, I have some exciting news. Yesterday, my daughter started walking. She is a very late walker. She's 19 months today, and she was also a very late crawler. I think I talked about that before. And we actually went to physical therapy with her, or I did, and we went there for months and months and months because she had like a week's weak core muscles. And the goal was to get her moving, whether it's walking or crawling. And then she finally started crawling in October, I think beginning of October. And then I told her, because she hated it, and I told her, and I don't think she understood what I said, but I said, once you start crawling, we don't ever have to go back. So now we had her 18-month doctor's appointment a month ago, and her doctor was like, well, she's not walking yet. Are we going to go back to physical therapy? And I was like, no, I know my daughter is going to walk. I have faith that she will walk, figure it out on her own. She can do it. She's just taking her time. What's the rush? There's nothing that she's missing out on because she can still move, and she walks great on our hands. So anyway, she was like, we'll call, she'll call me in 3 months. So when she's like 21 months old, and then we can still talk. I'm like, yeah, she will be walking by then. And yesterday she started walking. I cried happy tears because I'm so proud of her. She, like, all of a sudden she walked down the hall, and my husband and I saw her at the same time, and we like were speechless. So yay. Okay, I'm gonna trim this. Oh, actually no, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, so I'm so proud of my little person because she knows how to walk. Everybody, like the daycare ladies and me, including me, we think she was just afraid. She just needs the confidence, and she just waited until she felt like she was ready, and it's so adorable. I mean, she only takes a few steps and then like holds on to something or falls down or lets herself fall on her knees. But still, she's walking. She realized, hey, I can let go of things and just walk. So I'm so happy. Okay. And then we're gonna go all the way up here. How am I gonna do this? We're gonna go, yeah, I might do it this way. Okay. Where's my quarter punch? When she wasn't crawling, I let the doctors freak me out. Like, I was worried because they said, oh, she missed out on all the, because they learn as they explore, and because she didn't move at all, she didn't want to. She was totally content with where she was when she was just sitting there. But yeah, anyway, so yes, they learn by moving and exploring, but now I'm like, I'm not gonna let them freak me out again because I was so worried. And there was nothing to worry about. She is perfectly fine. She is totally, like, developing right. And I am not gonna... Okay, so I think I'm gonna trim it right here. And I'm also gonna distress the edges. Where did I just draw my line? Oh, over here. And my cat's back. She has been meowing all day long. Alright. Oops, how long have we been filming? Oh, 27 plus I had some other I filmed before I started doing this. So I guess we're just gonna do this then. So yeah, I'm probably not going to have a video every day from now on, or at least until I don't know, can figure things out more. I am not leaving. I will come back. Okay, so this is the last of the puzzle, last piece. Oh, it's gonna be really nice. So we're gonna put glue on here. It's really funny with my Etsy shop. There's days when I have so many orders, like one after another, and then there's days when there's like nothing. So I wonder if it just gets like highlighted on Etsy and people find, like, a lot of people find me at the same time, or I don't know. It's really strange. I mean, I don't mind. It's just something that I've noticed. If you guys have an Etsy shop, do you notice that too? Does it happen to you too? Ooh, okay, so now, and we're also going to put glue on the edge. Actually, I should have put my glue stick all the way to the edge and then just add some white glue in addition to that. Okay. Oh my word, I gotta do this first. Ugh. Okay. I would really love to know how you guys deal with the pandemic, or like being home a lot. Like, have you started new hobbies, or like, what do you do to feel better, or to, like, what do you say? You don't fight the pandemic, but how you like to conquer it, or how to get through it. I'm really glad that now we're gonna have like spring's coming and summer, so we can be outside more, because in the winter it was really there's not much to do. That's why I was crafting so much. Oh goodness. Okay, let's see how we can do this. Ooh, almost. Move. It's been almost a year since I did my first YouTube video. Almost like a flip through or something. Okay, glue. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna let this dry, probably overnight, and then I still have to do these two, but I will have to print some more papers, or I can just use, I guess I can just use those. I'll have to print more. Yeah, let's do that. Yep, and then I will probably start making my signature, and also figure out what things I'm gonna, because I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna have to figure out all the different things I'm gonna attach to those flappy thingies, and how I'm gonna probably gonna fold this here. Oh, there was a loud motorcycle. Yeah, so that will happen in the next video, because I think this one is already getting pretty long. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!